Ever wondered how a company that sounds like a tech startup ended up launching rockets and dreaming about Mars? Let's dive into the wild story of SpaceX. So, what's on the menu today? We're cracking open the SpaceX playbook. We'll meet the founder, Elon Musk, understand his audacious vision, peek inside their unique company setup, and see where they actually build and launch these incredible machines. Plus, we'll touch on their big deals with NASA and the future Mars mission. Buckle up. Alright, let's get to know SpaceX. What do they do? They're all about making space travel less expensive and way more reliable. Think of it like this. They believe simple, sturdy, and cheap are best friends in rocket science. Their company is built flat, no fancy middle management layers, just quick decisions and getting things done fast. They've got their main base near LAX, with design teams right next to the folks building and testing rockets. And they've already launched Falcons and Dragons, even sending cargo and people to the International Space Station. From Texas test sites to Florida and California launch pads, they're everywhere, serving everyone from governments to private companies. NASA loves them, giving them contracts to ferry astronauts and satellites. They've even got the Space Force on speed dial. Basically, they're changing the game. Now, let's talk about the guy behind the curtain, Elon Musk. Born in South Africa, he moved to Canada at 17, then became a US citizen. He's got degrees in physics and economics, studied at Stanford, and even dabbled in computer engineering. But he's not just a thinker, he's a doer. He's the CEO of Tesla, running Solar City, heading SpaceX, founded the Boring Company, owns X, co-founded Neuralink and OpenAI, and runs the Musk Foundation. This guy is busy. He's like a superhero with a PhD, constantly pushing boundaries across multiple industries. Quite the resume. So, how did SpaceX even start? It all began around 2002. Elon had this crazy idea, get humans interested in Mars again. His plan? Send a tiny greenhouse with seeds and nutrients to sprout plants on Mars. A little green flag planted on the red planet. He figured out a mission costing maybe $15 to $20 million. Sounds cheap. Well, compared to a NASA mission, it was. But here's the kicker. Finding a rocket to carry it was the real headache. The cheapest US rockets cost $50 million. He even tried buying a Russian one, but ran into too many problems. On his flight home, he was pondering, why are rockets so darn expensive? That question sparked everything. That frustration led him to a hotel bar at LAX in early 2002. He met some aerospace engineers, pitched his idea, and apparently some scoffed. Undeterred, he incorporated SpaceX on March 14, 2002. Initially named Space Exploration Technologies Corporation, it quickly got shortened to the snappy SpaceX. He immediately invited 5 key people to join him, including Tom Mueller and Chris Thompson, who would become his first and second employees. To get them started, he poured half of his $180 million from his PayPal stock fortune into the company. That's commitment. He even took the chief engineer role himself, later handing it to Michael Griffin, who declined to join. So, who were these early heroes? Tom Mueller, the engine guru, handled the rocket engines, tanks, and plumbing. Chris Thompson, the structure expert, focused on the rocket body and connections. Hans Koenigsmann brought the brains, overseeing the avionics, the electronics. Then came Gwynne Shotwell, hired in August 2002 as head of sales, bringing the business side. Initially, they met in hotels near airports, but soon set up shop in a building in El Segundo, California. These pioneers laid the groundwork for everything that followed. What's the big picture? Elon's vision for SpaceX is twofold. First, make spaceflight routine and affordable, like booking a flight anywhere else. Second, something even bigger, make humans a multi-planet species, starting with colonizing Mars. It's a bold goal. And how do you achieve that? By communicating relentlessly and celebrating small wins along the way. Every successful launch, every test, every step forward is part of that grand plan. Where does SpaceX operate? It started in California, but its reach is now truly national. They've got boots on the ground, offices, launch pads, factories, and test sites spread across the US map. You'll find them in California, Florida, Texas, Virginia, Washington State, and even Washington, D.C. It's a massive network supporting their ambitious goals. Let's pinpoint some key locations. For launching rockets, they use spots like Cape Canaveral's SLC-40, Vandenberg's SLC-4E, Kennedy Space Center's LC-39A, and the brand new Starbase in South Texas. Need to test engines? They have a dedicated facility in McGregor, Texas. Building the rockets and spacecraft happens mainly at their headquarters in Hawthorne, California. And for their Starlink satellites, they have a production hub in Redmond, Washington. It's a well-oiled machine, geographically speaking. First stop, Florida. Specifically, Cape Canaveral Air Force Station. This is one of SpaceX's main launch sites. Look at the map. It's right there on the coast. Their go-to launch pad here is SLC-40. Rockets are built horizontally inside a hangar, rolled out to the launch stand, and then slowly tilted vertical, ready for liftoff. Pretty neat process. Next, let's head to Vandenberg Air Force Base in California. This is another crucial launch site for SpaceX, located on the West Coast. Again, rockets are assembled horizontally and rolled out to the launch pad. This location is particularly useful for polar orbits. See the Falcon 9 V1. One pictured here, launched from SLC-4E back in 2013. It's a testament to their growing capabilities. Back to Florida, but this time to the legendary Kennedy Space Center, home of Launch Complex 39A. This is where Apollo missions launched, and now SpaceX uses it too. Just like at Cape Canaveral, rockets are horizontally assembled in their building and then rolled out and tilted vertical. Standing on this historic ground must be pretty special for the team. And now for the future, Starbase in Boca Chica, Texas. This isn't just a launch site. It's a massive production and development hub, specifically for the Starship and Super Heavy booster. Announced in 2018, it's been rapidly expanding with huge rocket production and testing capabilities. This is where the next generation of space travel is being built. Where do they test those powerful rocket engines? They needed a place to fire up the Merlin and Kestrel engines. Initially, they rented space at Mojave Air and Spaceport in 2002, but things got loud. One time, black sooty clouds from a turbopump test enveloped the air traffic control tower. Clearly, they needed a bigger, more remote site. So, they found McGregor, Texas, a former Beale Aerospace facility, perfect for the job. How do they build rockets efficiently? Two key strategies: a flat organization structure, meaning fewer layers, faster decisions, and vertical integration. They design and build most major parts in-house: engines, electronics, structures, heat shields, using proven technology. This minimizes costs by avoiding external suppliers. Plus, they assemble rockets horizontally, unlike NASA's traditional vertical stacking method. This approach streamlines manufacturing and reduces complexity. Their headquarters and main manufacturing facility is in Hawthorne, California. This is where the magic happens. Look at the images: modern offices buzzing with activity, and large industrial workshops where massive rocket components are being built and assembled. It's a blend of high-tech engineering and serious industrial power. Let's revisit McGregor, Texas. This is their primary rocket engine test facility. They took over the old Beale Aerospace site because it already had the necessary test stands. It's strategically located remote enough to handle the noise and vibrations of powerful engine tests without annoying too many locals, yet close enough to support the engineering workforce. It's the perfect spot for pushing the limits of propulsion technology. Remember Starlink? The plan to blanket Earth with thousands of satellites for global internet. That's happening. SpaceX built a dedicated factory in Redmond, Washington, to produce and test these satellites. The goal is ambitious: launch roughly 12,000 low Earth orbit satellites to provide high-speed broadband almost anywhere. It's a massive undertaking, literally reaching for the stars, or rather, orbit. Just a quick visual reminder of the scale of the Starlink project. Thousands of satellites, meticulously designed and built, ready to form a constellation around our planet. It's a testament to SpaceX's ability to execute on incredibly large-scale projects. Who guides the ship? The board of directors brings a diverse mix of expertise. Degrees range from philosophy and law to computer and mechanical engineering. Members have backgrounds at Google, law firms Medium, Tesla, PayPal, and even Impulse Space Propulsion. You've got seasoned advisors like Garrett Reisman and Thomas Mueller, plus family members like Kimball Musk. It's a blend of deep industry knowledge and varied perspectives. What about the people making it happen? SpaceX employs around 12,000 people. The workforce is predominantly male, 86.3%, and white, 49.8%. The largest age group is 30 to 40 years old, 38%. Interestingly, the most common salary range is $40,000 to $60,000 annually, though many hold advanced degrees. The majority have bachelor's degrees, 54.7%, followed by associate degrees, 19.1%. Top majors include mechanical engineering, 24.9%, business, 15%, aerospace engineering, 10.6%, and electrical engineering, 8.1%. It's a highly skilled, diverse, and dedicated team. Why is SpaceX such a big deal for NASA? Look at this chart. It compares the estimated cost per seat for astronauts on different spacecraft. Apollo? Astronomical. Space Shuttle? Still pricey. Soyuz, the Russian capsule? Around $80 million per seat. But look at SpaceX's Dragon 2. It's significantly lower, around $55 million. That's a game changer. By making human spaceflight cheaper, SpaceX allows NASA to focus on deeper space exploration while still sending astronauts to orbit. It's about efficiency and opening up access. So, that's a whirlwind tour of SpaceX's origins, vision, and structure. Next time, we'll dig into how they got funded by NASA and the specifics of their rockets and spacecraft. Stay tuned.